You are the anti-Travis. We would protect.
I mean,
Yeah,
I wouldn't
must
mind being
protect Bobby.
Travis.
Oh, I don't know. Travis seems to have it pretty terrible.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot like about the lifetime of alcoholism after he left. Oh, I was about to say the island, but no, not the
It
island.
just keeps getting worse for that dude, though. Like I just out of all of them, I might feel worst for him.
Yeah, I mean, I was the Travis in well, my school was small, so it was like th 3 or 4 years in one room, but like majority girls for like a good chunk of my school life. Yeah, they were not nice.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It sucks to be Travis, you know? Like
Mhm.
it's just um
Like, poor guy, like, he has no recourse. Nobody is going to feel bad for him because he's the guy.
yeah.
Mhm. And when I
Yeah.
was rewatching season one, like some of the scenes between him and Natalie, I was just like, these scenes are actually really beautiful. And like in a different situation, like they could have been, they would have been really good together, if their circumstances had been different. Like yeah, because like after a while, he thinks the world of her, and you can tell she has not had that with a lot of people. And like she's able to kind of like check him on his bullshit. And if it was a different situation, they probably would have been really happy together. But with this kind of show and like that kind of situation, it was, I think it was Thaisa said like they were just like they brought out the worst in each other like once they were away from the wilderness.
Hmm.
And then they sort of like uh put everything on pause and have been stuck in that ever since until they
Yeah.
got back together again, and then everything just came pouring out.
Yeah, I also think that when they both have that profound trauma,
Hmm.
well, and moral injury as well. It's not just trauma. It's, there's a lot going on there. Uh, I don't know how they, they'd bounce off each other as just, I don't know how you recover from that,
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
reminding me of well, Eileen's gonna cackle because I found a way to shoehorn S Club 7 into the conversation.
I was waiting for that. Yay!
Yeah,
Okay.
I read Hannah
It's a
Sperritt's
skill.
autobiography. Yeah, Hannah was the beautiful well, they're all beautiful. She was the blonde girl who was very kind of played the sort of cute ditz in the show, and she dated Paul Catamol, who was the one that passed away a couple years ago. And
Hmm.
in her autobiography, she said like they were kind of very much like that, kind of within the environment of being in a band and having everything done for them and kind of being in this like own like walled off little world,
Hmm.
that's when they worked. But, when that ended, they were expected to be adults and kind of, build their own life together. Like Paul just could, in her view, Paul just couldn't handle that. So that's why they had to split up. They went back on tour. They got back together because of the familiarity. And again, once the tour was over, they were out of the S Club environment. The same thing happened. It's like,
Wow.
yeah.
That's that's I mean, good for her for being so self-aware about it, but
Hmm.
that's profound.
And similar age actually, because I think she was 17 or 18 when when the band was first formed. So, and then they would have reformed when she was in her like late 30s or early 40s.
Yeah.
That's
That's
that's a thing that happens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's happened to me, like when I met people that I haven't seen since high school, and for a moment we are back to being the people we were in high school for a
Mhm.
bit until we
Mhm.
part ways again, and it's like you unpass a moment in your life and return to it. It's not
Yes.
necessarily healthy, but it happens.
Hmm.
Right. Yeah. It that is sort of it's because it's interesting because Natalie was that kind of tragic moment romance the way she played in movies in the 90s. Whereas
Mhm.
they're really not only are they showing different types of female tropes, they're showing kind of different relationship tropes, like doom romance tropes.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
Wouldn't it be funny if they did a Titanic thing with Walter and Misty at the end? Like
oh
give
my
her her
God.
moment and like even
I
play the
really,
damn
really
song.
hope, I really hope Misty survives this.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, like, if everyone else dies or goes to jail or whatever, I really hope Misty has her moment and survive this.
Could
Yeah.
Because,
could you imagine though, like if she got arrested and the final scene is she's in like the scrubs and you think she's a nurse again and she's actually a patient in the psychiatric facility?
Hmm.
Because she could be kind of happy there. It wouldn't bother
yeah,
her too much.
like, in a place when everyone else is crazy, she's going to be like the saner one. So
Well,
she's going to be accepted for once.
she owns her crazy. Like she's
Yeah.
very matter of fact about Misty tells everybody what she wants. They just don't believe her because who would want that?
Yeah,
Like
because
Yeah.
the whole scene she's with she wasn't a reporter, what was she?
a
Jessica
nerd,
Roberts. Like Misty says, I know you look at me and see someone you shouldn't be afraid of, but you're wrong.
right?
And Misty proves her right.
Yeah, and I mean Misty desperately wants to be seen.
Mhm.
So that might be the other interesting thing if her and Callie end up being like the brave survivors,
Oh
right?
yeah, co-writing the book together.
Yeah, and
Yeah. They
it
seem to have like a thing going on with it. Like, it wasn't this weird friendship like she had with Lottie, because
Hmm.
Lottie obviously wanted Kali to be the chosen one.
Hmm.
But with Misty was kind of antagonistic, and Kali pulled one on Missy, and Missy kinda respected Kali more for it. So
yeah, well
Yeah,
the whole sleepover scene, right?
that was
yeah.
magnificent. I loved that so much.
And the fact that they did facials like face masks because they didn't want to show their feet and I actually think it worked better.
Hmm.
Like it
Yeah,
was
so
just right call.
maybe that's friendship.
Well, there is sort of there's a thing going on there. Like again, Misty, if you actually listen to her, she she's a loyal friend. She's messed up, you know, but um she's a loyal friend. She's there for you.
Yeah, and when Kali put one on her, and she drugged her, she went and confronted her, and told her, "I can't believe you drugged me. I respect you.
Yeah.
Like, you gain my respect."
Yeah, and that I mean that was the whole true crime angle with her too is just so they've clearly studied or been on true crime boards because they nail the dialogue. The way those
Oh
people
yeah.
talk, oh my God, it's so spot on. And there's so many tiny little details that make the characters feel so real.
Mm.
And I really I hope it gets another season. The fact that it's still in limbo is a bit
Worrying.
disconcerting.
Yeah, people
Uh,
have said that it might be because of, the worries about possible travel bans because like most of it is filmed in Canada, so I think they're probably worried about,
I
that.
think they may also usually when they renegotiate these contracts, it's for 3 seasons most.
Oh yeah.
Oh
So
yeah, that's true. It's
yeah,
renegotiation time.
yeah, there may be some contract shenan because I think that if it was canceled, we'd have heard by now.
Yeah.
So the lack of any news is quite strange.
Yeah,
And
Melanie Linsky put something on her Instagram, I think kind of people were reading between the lines and saying that she was saying, "Oh, I hope we get a fourth season."
Yeah, I mean, if it's in talks now, it's they're trying to make it happen,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, also like playing coy with it is also a negotiation tactic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for the actors. Um, Also, in a bit of irony, all this talk, all these articles about, oh, these characters aren't likable anymore, they ended up putting more attention on the show.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Also, now that it's on Netflix, so, bad publicity is still publicity.
right. Yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah, is that the
it's
Streisand effect?
well, the
Yeah,
Streisand effect
it
is wanting to
not
suppress
wanting to
something.
talk about
Ah,
it,
okay.
Yeah.
and you end up talking more about it because they're telling you not to talk about it.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's interesting. That there and I do think that maybe there might be some of that in Yellowjackets, that the more we try to suppress these aggressive urges in women because they're unfeminine, the more the suburbs are just, uh, you know, roiling under the surface.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
the Stepford Wives is still so relevant, even, even though it was made in the 70s.
it's
Yeah,
been
well,
for
they're
me.
very.
Sorry,
Go ahead, sorry.
for me, it's kind of like an education because we don't have suburbs like people in the Anglosphere do.
Oh,
Uh,
right, yeah.
here the faraway living centers are called colonias, and
Right,
they are not for the upper class. They are sort of for the lower class who cannot afford to live in the city.
right.
So the culture and context is different, but we do have prestige boroughs, I guess, within the
Okay.
city that are, they are kind of like your suburbs.
Yeah, I mean, I I have lived in the suburbs, and there are so many Shaunas in the suburbs. Like, oh my God, so many. Like, it's not even funny. They're real
Well,
and they
Shona
exist.
is a Karen, so
Oh
we
yeah, well,
know
yes.
the natural state of the Karens, the suburbs.
But Shauna is also the PTA mom. She's the dance mom. Yeah, she's absolutely horrible, and she is a very real thing. And those ladies are mean. Like, they create problems because they're bored. They have no real problems, so they create problems. And Shauna's really the only one. Thinking back to beforehand, did she have any real problems?
No,
She
she
Like,
was
she
she
was the
claimed that
problem.
yeah, she claimed that Jackie made her feel invisible, but
That's not a real problem.
yeah.
no, that
Yeah.
is she felt inadequate by comparison.
And yeah, even then, like she had guys interested in her, so she wasn't completely invisible.
See, we need a show like Adolescence, but with this subject matter, so
Uh,
that everybody can start talking about this stuff. Because, all these guys who are like, women are protected by society and men have to earn it, and women are this and women. No, no, no. Watch the show. Because
yeah, watch Yellowjackets.
it's it's the most accurate depiction of the psychology of girl world I've ever seen. Like, better than Mean Girls, better than Heathers. It strips
Yeah, for
all the
sure.
cool and the pretty out of it, and you're just left with the cannibalistic cult savagery.
Yeah, that's why horror kind of is the best way to explore this sort of thing because it's like it's so transformative and it can show it kind of in its ugliness, but in a way that's sort of, it's it doesn't feel it's kind of far away enough from real life that it's still enjoyable to watch. Like kind of the same way that you mentioned Carrie earlier.
Yeah.
Like basically that is just like one of like generally I can't watch stories about bullying, but like Carrie is just
Hmm.
like that is just I can watch it and go, oh, yep, that was me.
Interesting. Yeah, because
Mhm,
I mean, it definitely has Carrie vibes
mhm.
in
For sure.
times.
It's
in the
like
show.
it's like Mean Girls or Legally Blonde without the pastels, without the
Well,
niceties.
yeah, and it's the stripping out of the pastels that I appreciate, right?
Yeah,
Like,
because um of all people, I think the person who has the best analysis of the show is one is Bobby,
yes.
and second is my boyfriend. Actually,
Oh,
he watched me binge watch the whole first and second seasons, and he said it's like aggressively feminist in a way that is killing fake and toxic
Yep.
femininity in order.
Yep. Yeah.
Because
That's interesting. Killing off these tropes.
yeah, it's killing of the tropes, starting with the passive femininity and the fake nice femininity, going down in order of badness and awfulness, all the way down to Shona.
Like the Mortal Kombat tower.
Yes.
Yeah, ending with Shao Kahn. Yeah, that's true.
and
That's true.
it's so appropriate for a 90s throwback as well, because that
Oh
was what
yeah.
90s horror did. It like
Yep.
Scream was that was the deconstruction of the slasher
That's
movie
right.
cliches.
All right, so we're giving the men the last word in this episode, Aileen. Like we're just saying the men
Yeah.
are right and leaving it there.
Well,
Bobby looks
obviously,
Bobby looks so confused.
but that's the thing with all these writers. We know men who obviously get the subject matter is not just the one writing the articles.
Right. So Bobby, how does it feel to be centered as one of the good men?
All I can think about is like, I wonder how I will mess this up.
That's so
It's a lot of pressure.
we're gonna stop now. So the seconds are counting down. So Bobby, the Better with Bob YouTube channel. We'll put everybody's. We'll put Eileen's coffee. We'll put Bobby's stuff. Check out Bobby's countdown on various Disney princess stuff. It's great. All his content's great, but there's a lot to chew on if you liked what he had to say. Here, anybody
He's
have
also
anything
on
else?
TikTok now.
He's what?
He's also on TikTok now.
Are you on
Oh yeah.
TikTok?
Oh well, yeah. I mean,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, with the
Eileen,
shorts.
if you click on, my page, where it says you can watch people's oldest videos, you can see the times I tried to like make comedy sketches during lockdown,
Oh, TikTok sucks so much with that way. I just never know
Yeah.
what to do. It's not that
I was
TikTok
told I
sucks.
had
I
to
suck
do
at
that if I
TikTok.
wanted to be successful as an actor.
Yeah. And about that, we'll do the cannibalism of social media another day. Eileen, did I forget anything with your stuff?
No, just a coffee, basically.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So if you like what you hear, support the guests. You guys, thanks so much
And
for coming
subscribe
on.
to Liana's channel and pay respect to her awesomeness as she deserves.
I gotta do that
Like,
more,
share,
right?
and subscribe. Leave a nice comment.
I
Mhm.
gotta start doing that, like and subscribe. I know you're supposed to ask, but I'm bad at asking for things. So thank you guys for doing that.
Well, I don't do it either, so it's